Join us live on the Sherry Lord Talk Show podcast. Start your day off with the Higher Vibrational podcast with weekly guests covering spirituality, healthy foods, and so much more. Go to sherrylord.com for more info. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sherry Lord Show. It's beautiful day, and we have a wonderful client here. And I want to say we love our guest, and Bonnie's been on our show before. But before I go there, I just want to tell everybody we will be doing advertising. So go to www.sherrylord.com. We are offering advertisements. So if you want us to help boost you and get you out there, give me a call at 941-961-2731. Our prices are reasonable. These are paid advertising. And we just love having Bonnie. Bonnie is our guest. She's been on our show many times. She's on high demand. People love having her on our show. And I get a lot of comments and they love what she has to offer. So we keep bringing her back because she's a leader. She's a channel. She's a healer and she's a teacher. And what our topic will be today is unlocking the secrets of high vibrational living. And we love you, Bonnie. Thank you for being on our show. Welcome back.
Well, thanks for having me. It's always a joy to come here. I really always have a very good time, and your audience is just a blessing to be a part of.
Well, we love having you. Can you tell the audience, we know, some of the people that we have our regular followers that watch us. We want everybody to please chat. Let us know you're here. A lot of people watch us, but we love to have you chat, say hello. I tell you, Bonnie is amazing. She comes from her heart. Can you let people know a little bit about you and about your path and what you offer, a little bit about your gifts?
I do a lot of conscious work. I'm a hypnotherapist. And I've been doing this for like at least 20 years. And I was just born that way. I had a lot of gifts that I had to learn how to grow into. And I'm now finally just now starting to step into what they are in all these years. And so, I do a lot of meditation work, a lot of, I'm an ascension teacher, an energy teacher, and I teach people to live high vibrational, to live in this world, in the new world that we're coming into, to stay in that vibration so that you don't, when you drop down, that you need to check your vibe and bring it back up, and different ways to bring it back up. So that's what our kind of what we were going to talk about today.
Oh, I think that's wonderful because we are shifting. The energies are always new vibrations. We're integrating a lot, And what are can you explain to me what you're doing daily that's helping with that? Or how has it helped you in your life? What have you noticed from on your path to where you are with what you're living?
The biggest thing that it is to conquer is your thoughts and what you're thinking about. When you wake up in the morning, set your dial. I always look at it as a frequency. Set your dial to God. Speak to God immediately. Start talking about, I want to create a beautiful day, and then start seeing in your mind's eye what you want to create and how you want to create it. And then just start breathing, because the breath moves the energy. So you're going to breathe it in. You're going to breathe in your thought, because your thought is what is the creative thing that moves everything. So you start thinking what you want to create, and then you start breathing it in, and you bring it down your middle channel through your feet, ground yourself into the mother, breathe it back up, and just create this bubble of energy around you with your thoughts. So your thoughts is huge. That's your creative source. And so once you get your thoughts in the positive and online, that's what's going to keep you in the highest vibration during the day. Because if you wake up and you're like, oh, I don't feel good, I don't want to go there, I don't like this, I don't want to do this, immediately your vibrations drop. And so then if you haven't created your day to what you want, if you hadn't thought about what you want to do in your day and how you want it to go, then you're going to step into the day and it's going to be like whack-a-mole. Things are going to just be coming at you. be reacting, and you're going to get more upset and more upset. Then you're going to make other people upset. And before you know it, the whole day is a mess. But the good part is you can recognize that and change it, change the dial, because it's frequency. It's all frequency. So all you have to do is say, oh, what is happening? This is really bad. Let me change this. Sit down for a minute and do a little meditation and
Yeah.
clear it all out. Use the
Yeah.
violet flame, use every tool in your toolbox that you've gathered over the
Yeah.
years, and ground yourself. Maybe go out in nature and
Yeah.
just start over, just like a computer, refresh. Take back all that energy that you sent out that was upsetting and ask for it to be clear and cleansed, and send back all their energy clear and cleansed of the people you've upset. And then begin again, because
Mhm.
that's, don't keep going when the day is bad. Don't accept it just as a bad day.
Okay.
You have the
Good
power to
advice.
change the frequency.
Good advice. Absolutely. And I like how they need to set their intention for the day. Like you were saying your thoughts and all that. Most people don't think about it. They just wake up and it is what it is. But you're empowering people to say, you can change this. You have the power.
Mhm.
And it's very important to be aware of what you're thinking and what you're creating. And it's not other people so much as you're aligning with it all. That
Exactly.
is really good advice for people. A good tool, Bonnie. This is amazing tool to remind all of us to shift our thoughts. No matter where you are today, you can shift it. You can shift the frequency, not just because it was that day. It might start out that day, but you can shift it. You got the power. I think
Mhm.
that is a wonderful reminder and tool for people to get into a practice of. People need those, how do I do this? And you're really good at that. So of explaining and giving them a tool and letting them see so they can shift it. I think this is really important right now. It really
You have to
is.
remember that you're the one with the remote. It's your life. You're
Yeah.
creating it. And if you're in Bioki, if you're in yucky energy,
Yeah.
you created that. And
Yeah.
so the biggest thing is to accept that you are the
Yeah.
reason why. If your life sucks, you're the reason. You have to change the frequency. And it's just that easy. And it all starts with your mind, because that's your creative source. That's your connection to God. That's your connection to your higher self. And so you take that creative source and you bring it down into your heart, and then you send it out to the masses. So you create it not only for yourself, but you help others by sending it out through your heart. And everybody that you touch, and anybody that's in your auric field, because you've created this God light at the beginning of the day, you're going to
Yeah.
create a good day for them too, because they might be having a bad day, and all of a sudden your
Yeah.
energy hits their energy, and they're like, wow, I feel so much better. I don't know what that girl did. I don't know what that man did. Smiled at me, whatever he did, it fixed it. And
Yeah.
so then it begins their awakening to where well, what are they doing? And then they start looking for, how is that person living, and why is that person happy that day? And then they start to change their own life and start to do things for themselves, because the hardest thing to learn is that you can't, just because you know how to change the frequency, you can't go turn somebody else's dial. You
Yeah.
have to wait till they're asking the question, how do I change how do I be happy? They're asking you, how do I change my vibration to a
Yeah.
higher level? And so then you can start with baby steps on
Yeah.
how to do it, but not until they're ready. You can't drag them over there and make them turn that dial like you want to, because if you're a mother,
Yeah. Yeah. The people, yeah. When people are ready, they start to seek and they want to know. They want answers. They want to know how. And what I really like what you brought up as a little bullet, what I'm seeing is that to be responsible for your life, to be accountable for your life, claim it. And as you shifted, everything around you in that moment will start to shift. It's so nice to remind people that they got the power and giving them the tools, because people, they don't quite get it. And then when they get it, they shift, and then they'll either use a book to remind them of a little affirmation, or they'll come to like you or me or someone to help guide them into more awareness. They want change. People are seeking change right now. There's a lot happening in the world, and people, and then as we all shift, the whole world starts to shift. Your light affects many people, and it helps uplift others. Like when they're in your energy field, automatically uplifts them wherever they're choosing to be with it. But I think this is really good information for people, really good for people who are new and who's seeking, and those who are already on the path to remember. I think this is really good.
Exactly. The first thing is to change your thoughts. And
Yeah.
once you and I don't want to say control your thoughts. It's not
No,
controlling, it's letting
just,
them flow in a positive
just the awareness. Yeah.
atmosphere. And so be conscious in your own life, be present in the now moment, let go of the past, give
Yeah.
forgiveness to people who aren't here in the present, because that was yesterday, today's today.
Yeah.
It doesn't have anything to do with anything that happened yesterday, has nothing to do with today. And so being able to let go of everything that doesn't belong in that day is another way to keep your vibrations high, because you don't want to keep any resentment towards anyone, because it's not going to keep your vibration in the highest level. And Yahshua always says forgiveness is key.
Yeah.
Forgiveness is key, because you start lighting up your load. Once you start
Yeah.
letting it go, your heart starts to lighten. It starts to brighten with
Yeah.
God's love, and you get your vibration raises even higher. So the first key component is the mind, and the
Yeah.
second one is, what is it you're putting in your body? What are
Yeah.
you eating? What are you consuming? So high vibrational fruits and vegetables that come from the earth, that doesn't have pesticides and stuff on it. Make sure that they're organic and clean. And if you do eat meat, I would just like the meat would be like the side, because not everybody can do without meat. It
Yeah.
just depends. And so if you do eat meat, instead of it being the star of the
The
show on your
main.
plate,
Yeah.
have it be the side, and then the rest be fruits and vegetables. High vibrational food. But always bless the meat. If you eat meat,
Yeah.
bless it, because you don't know how that animal was treated, and you want to make sure that that it's been blessed for its
Yeah.
sacrifice. And then after and then water.
Oh,
You
yeah.
drink water, but
Hmm.
never drink water that isn't blessed. Always
Yeah.
bless your water, because again, water has memory, and you don't
Yeah.
know where it's been. So always bless it. And that's the reason why God put in the rain, because he cleanses it and brings it back down. But then we get it into all our chemicals and all of our stuff. So we got to make sure we bless the water and purify it. Yahshua is saying, purify your body,
Yeah.
get it, get in the shower, or even, it's nice to get into Mother Nature. If you got a way to get into the ocean, or
Yeah.
into a lake, or just even putting your feet in there is good. Getting out in nature, connecting
Yeah.
to who you are, the trees, the
Yeah.
animals, they're all part
Hmm.
of who you are. And so getting to know that part of you, and becoming one with the energies outside, because that really is going to keep you in a high vibration. People who don't have access to outside, another way to get that outside vibration is to go into meditation and take yourself to a meadow, take yourself to a forest, and bring in that energy that way, because it's the same. You can do it in the same way. You're just traveling through the mind instead of traveling in the physical. um,
Yeah.
and once you've gotten that, that's another tool to keep yourself in high vibrational. But also bring yourself to the heart. Yahshua always says, whenever
Yeah.
something triggers you, when someone does something that upsets you, that
Okay.
makes your vibration low, take it down, drop it. He says, turn it around, take it from your mind, drop it into your heart, and think about it. Why is it that triggered me? Why did that? Because if
Yeah.
something is upsetting to you, it's something
Yeah.
with, it has nothing to do with the person. And so
Yes.
why is that upsetting to me? Did, when I was a child, did someone tell me this, or did,
Yeah.
and then you figured out what that filter is, then you're going to give forgiveness, clear
Yes.
out contracts, and release it. And then after
Yeah.
you've done that, you got a clear slate, and then your vibration raises even higher. So it's an ongoing exercise. I don't want to say battle, because we're winning the battle. We're getting higher
Yeah.
and higher in frequency. So I'd say it's an ongoing um,
It's a
upkeep.
process. Yeah. You got to maintain it. Yeah.
Yes, you can't just do it one day and go, oh, I'm good.
It's
And
consistency. It's being
Mhm,
aware all the time,
mhm,
as you move through your day. This is really good tools, really good information, and this that people can use in their life, even
mhm.
now as we're speaking, you know?
Oh, yeah, I use every one that I'm saying, and I get reminded all the time by my guide Joshua, because I forget. Sometimes I'm in a bad mood and I'm like, oh, why do I feel this way? Joshua will go, take a breath, because breath is healing. It's your connection to God. It's the first thing that you
Yeah.
do when you come here, and it's the last thing you do when you go home. It's your lifeline to God. And
Mhm.
so if you're upset, take a breath, let it go, and let your thoughts clear,
Yeah.
and drop it down in your heart. And once it's in your heart knows everything, because that's your higher self. It's going to help you decipher it and heal it. But
Yeah.
always be
Really
in,
good.
always be in that um, question. Have that question about, why is this happening? What is
Yeah.
going on? Don't just accept it. Oh, I feel bad.
Right.
Next, because you are in control of your vibration. You can bring it up or you can bring it down, and it has to do with your heart, mind, and soul. And you have to put them all together. They all have to work together as a team in order to get yourself to that higher vibration where you want to be and stay. So yeah.
It's important to look at it. I like when you bring that up. They need to, if they're feeling that way, look at it, because then you get to the core of what it is. So it doesn't have to keep repeating. You can dissolve it. And I
Mhm.
think that's a really good technique. I think that's a good reminder, but a tool they can use or know how to. And that's why we love having you on our show. You're an amazing teacher, but you really are giving people a how to. And that's important because people are seeking that right now.
Mhm. Absolutely. I also do mentorship and flow of life energy, which is what I'm teaching. What I'm talking about right now is I teach a class that helps you with ascension, and
Okay.
definitely you just have to remember that you're in power. You're in
Yeah.
this. You're free. You're sovereign, and
Yeah.
you are the one creating your atmosphere.
Yeah.
You're the creator in the story. You're not the victim.
Yeah.
You're not the someone. You're not a side character. You're the creator. You got to step
Yeah.
into your role and
Yeah.
create.
Claim your power. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is really good. And I think that is important for people to understand because not everybody is aware. Some people are, but being in control of your own life is very empowering to do. I think
Mhm.
it's in your thoughts to create your own reality, that you have that within you. I like how you're reminding people, you can change anything in your life.
Well, absolutely. And also, with all the stuff that's going on with the devastation of the hurricanes and all
Yeah.
that stuff going around,
Mhm.
people get, they're hearing the stories of people being devastated and losing their
Yeah.
homes and all that, and you're getting really upset about it. But
Yeah.
do something about it. You can
Right.
do something about it. You can hold the light. You can send
Right.
love that way. If you can't
Exactly.
donate money, or you don't have a way of helping people physically, you can send the light there, and you
Yeah.
can definitely do something about it. And so raising your energy in that way, sending them love, sending them um, ask for the guardian angels to help people get out of wherever they're at if they can't get out. And, just um, know that you can change the vibration that way. You can send love to the earth. I mean, You could, like, even with the ocean, when it's all upset like that, you can send love to the ocean to help
Yeah.
it calm. And it sometimes, a lot of people get in meditation groups and they send
Yeah.
love and they send calming energy to try to calm it down
To
so it's
help.
not wrong. Yeah, and so we're powerful beings. There's a lot we can do. We just have to
Yeah.
realize that we can. And
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
helping people remember, and hey, and you're right, because we're in Milton right now, and we're in the hurricane, and prayers and light is needed in our state where I live, and many of millions of people live, and it's needed. People are afraid. People are, scared, and it does help. It helps more than I think anybody even realizes that, united is even more power. Not that we don't have the power within us individually, but if you can just do a prayer and then align with all the other light workers, and then just by the thought of that, it is very powerful. It can help ease this hurricane. Doesn't mean it's not going to hit, but it can help ease it, and help the people that are there. And I think this is a really, really good. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and I mean, even if you're doing the meditation on your own, you can also ask for anybody who else is doing the meditation
Right.
to join with their energy to
Exactly.
help make it stronger. Because
Yeah,
I'm sure all around the world there's light workers focusing on the same thing.
exactly.
So yeah,
Exactly.
connecting to God's heart and sending that loving energy out is going to help. Help heal people, even the people that it's already passed by, who's in devastation. Sending love to them and sending healing energy. It's all going to help. Because
Yeah,
we're all in a vibrational. We live in vibration. That's what we do, and so
exactly.
we can change the vibration even for people who don't know how to do it for themselves. Um, Even like, say that you just feel guided to go to the grocery store. You're
Yeah.
walking around the grocery store,
Yeah.
and you always have
Yeah.
someone that comes. I don't know about you, but there's
Oh,
always
I
someone
have.
that starts talking to me, and before you know it, you know their life story, and
Yeah.
you're talking to them and changing their vibration, and they're happy
Yeah.
by the time they leave. And so sometimes you're just guided to do that just because you're supposed to be there for that person.
Yeah.
Listen to your heart.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so fulfilling and purposeful to help others, and it is. It's a good feeling, and it's a reminder, that we're all here for each other. We really are. And the universe will synchronize, God, universe, whatever you want to call. It's the same, and it's just they'll synchronize the people in your life, and if you get a phone call, or in the grocery store, like you said, it's happened to many of us, and we're the vessel for that person. And as we're there, you have no idea sometimes you may know, but a lot of times you don't know the impact you have just made in that person's day,
Yeah.
and they might be grieving, or something is going on, and you just lightened up their load. I think this is huge. It's a reminder to all of us.
We have to remember
Mhm.
too that we transmute energy. We not only create energy, but we also
Right.
help the people that don't know how to transmute it. And
Yeah.
we help the collective with our prayers
Yeah.
and the energy grids that you make and things that you do to
Well,
help others. Um,
yeah.
those that don't know how to make an energy grid, you just imagine that you're
Yeah.
sending out violet flame to wherever it needs to go, and just imagine it going across the grids,
Right.
and and then asking it to go to whoever needs it, whoever needs clearing, and then send in God's love afterwards. And because whenever you clear something, you always fill it with God's light, and so once we learn how to you know dial the frequency up, and know that we don't have to be in a certain place at any time. If it
Right.
don't, your emotions, another thing is your emotions are your barometer. If you don't
Good
feel
for you bringing that up. Emotions. Let's go there. People need to
yeah,
understand that. Yep.
yeah. If you're not feeling good, if all of a sudden you're feeling sad or you're mad,
Yeah.
whatever it is, if it's a lower vibration, ask
Yeah.
yourself questions. Is it mine? Is it something about, is it mine? That's the biggest one. And if it is yours, then why is it triggering me? And then
Yeah.
decide I'm ready to let it go, and I'm going to heal it, and I'm going to forgive the person. I'm going to forgive myself.
Exactly.
But if it isn't yours, then you just send love and you send energy to help clear the person who's having the problem. Or,
Yeah.
you speak to that person and you try to help ease whatever pain they're having. But you know, instead of looking at our emotions as something that's, um, you know, still a lot of people don't look at them as a gift, but they are a gift,
They
because
are good.
if
Oh
you
yeah.
didn't,
Yeah.
because it's part of the creative energy. When Jesus says that you can move a mountain with a mustard
Yeah.
seed if you have the faith, he means if you have the emotion to do that, if you believe that enough, you could do that. And
Yeah.
so our creator power is our emotions. And
Yes.
and so when they dip down in those angry or sad places, we just know it's another one of our barometers that we need to bring back up in higher vibrations. So what can we do to release that? Can we go
Yeah.
outside, walk around in nature, maybe talk to the person that you're upset about, maybe forgive the person, forgive
Yeah.
yourself for being involved. Um, maybe, even drinking lots of water and eating high vibrational foods even helps raise your vibration when it comes to
Yeah.
that. Just not keeping stuff in your body and in your system
Yeah.
and in atmosphere that isn't of the light, that isn't loving. It's really easy to
Because
decipher.
yeah, because people tend to stuff, and they got to be able to look at it. You know what I'm saying? They stuff it because they don't want to look at it. I like how you're touching on the emotion. They need to look at it, and that's where you release it,
You
or
need to feel,
transform it.
you have
Yeah.
to feel it in order to release it. And
Yeah.
another thing is your atmosphere, your home.
Yeah.
It's cluttered, so is the inside cluttered, so is your body.
Yeah.
Everything on
Good
the
reminder.
outside mirrors what's on
Yep.
the inside. So if you begin to let go of things, and things that
Yeah.
are broken, things that you haven't worn in years, things that you just are collecting dust, if you
Yeah.
begin to give it to people who need it, or donate it to Goodwill, or give it where, do whatever you got to do, throw it away if it is broken, um, and stop hanging on to things, then things
Yeah.
within your body, emotions and things will start being released as you let it go, because the outside mirrors the inside. So look
Yeah.
at your environment. If you want to be high vibrational, if your environment is full of clutter, you're never going to be that,
Yeah.
because the energy just bounces off everything, and it ends up slowing it down, because the energy
Yeah.
likes to flow. And so, that's another thing that you really have to look at. Um, even, clothes, people have a hard time of letting go of
Oh
clothes.
yeah.
For me, my mom passed away, and it was getting rid of all of her things. That was the
Yeah.
hardest. And I'm still dealing with that. I still have a lot of her china and stuff like that I want to, make sure that my family who wants it
Yeah.
gets it. But it's that, people going through grief, it's hard for them to let go of anything. I
Yeah.
mean, they'll be saving the
Yeah.
anything, a little piece of paper that they happen to write on, because they love
Yeah.
that person. They want to save whatever energy they got left of that person.
Yeah.
But what you do is you take what you love, what
Yes.
makes your heart happy. You look at it and say, do I love this, or do I just keep it for emotional reasons? And
Yeah.
then I love this. I love looking at it. I love having it, or I love to wear it.
Yeah.
And if you love it, keep it. If you don't love it, then see who else needs it. If no one needs
Yeah.
it, don't need it. And if it's trash, throw it away. And that's the hardest thing for people to do. It really is. You
It
know,
is. It really is. You have been just wonderful. You also, I mean, you reach pretty much globally. You have people in other countries that you connect with, as well as the United States and all over, Bonnie. Can you let people know how they can connect with you? You got a phone number, a Facebook page, or email, or a website? How can people get a hold of you?
you can email me at ignitequantumhealing at gmail.com, or I have Facebook, Ignite Quantum
Yeah.
Healing Wellness Practitioner Bonnie, that you can email me from there. And my phone number is 269-986-6841. and you can call me too or text. And yeah, definitely. Yeah, I offer
Yes.
classes on ascension
Mhm.
and Akashic Record Reads. And if you go to my website, you can see all of everything I offer. But yeah, I'm here. I'm here
Yeah.
for yeah.
Thank you, Bonnie, so much. We're going to have you back. I tell you, she's a wealth of information, and you definitely make sure you connect with her. I would definitely connect with her because she knows what she's doing. She's at a higher level, and she can help you. Blessings to all who are watching us. Thank you. Hold prayers for our state here in Florida and for people throughout the world and whatever's going on in their world. And we will see you every Tuesday at 10 a.m. And make sure that you go to www.sherrylord.com and see who our upcoming guests are. And also, you can also click on Bonnie's page. We got her on our page as well. If you want to access her there, or when you watch the video, you'll get her information as well. We like to spread the love. We like to spread information to help you grow on your spiritual path. And if you want to advertise with us again, make sure you go to the website. We have reasonable ads. These are paid ads, and we just bless you all on your journey. Have a blessed day, abundant and prosperous and happy day. Thank you again.
Namaste.